Do they really understand like about bodybuilding and stuff?
I think no one is really gonna understand the process fully unless they actually go through it themselves.
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
Especially the fact that you drag yourself up in the morning to do your fasted cardio.
Yep.
You know,
Yes.
when the time hits the
yes.
track, you really
we
need to
feel
cut
you
for
over
it.
here.
Yeah. And I think like we've been there, we've done that also. Normal people will be like, why is this person like this? Is there like a loose screw in the head
Why
or
are you
something?
so miserable? Why your life
Exactly,
is so
you're
miserable?
right,
Why are you
yes.
doing all this to you?
Yeah.
Yes. The why questions all start to us. And sometimes that also kind of like hits you.
Yeah.
Right? It has some negative impacts towards you. Then you started to like, hey, why am I doing this? But then you have to always keep reminding yourself, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? But I think like talking to you, I can understand you. I think like along the way, I definitely believe because you said at 5 years old, you watched bodybuilding competition on TV, right?
Yeah.
So you have had that vision or that dream, right?
Yeah.
Right. Even you may not realize it, but it is something that you've been holding on to, and that's what kept you strong.
Yeah.
And that's what kept you going. Right now that you are in a better financial state, you are an adult, you feel that okay, this is the time, this is the moment that you can actually pursue your own dream.
Yeah.
That's why you do what you do.
Yeah.
Right. And I think like people out there who don't understand this, they will question, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is the time where you think like you probably need to explain and you need to tell people, hey, this is something that I've been dreaming about all my life.
Yeah.
Right? There's no
definitely.
right or wrong about it, right? It's about you pursuing your own dream. Everyone pursues their dream.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. So that's the wisdom. Yes. That's the highlight of your story here.
Yeah.
So when you're on contest prep, so what's your training routines? What's your meal like? Share with our viewers what's your daily training and your meals routine towards the competition. I believe you have a bulking phase, cutting phase, whatever phase.
Definitely bulking, cutting. Yeah.
So how
Bulking-
was maybe you share with us your bulking phase and also a cutting phase, and which is the most challenging phase that you have, and how do you felt when the challenging phase time came?
Okay. I think both has its challenges because some people will think that bulking you just need to eat, right?
Yeah, but it's not
But-
nice.
but-
You eat it, you feel like vomiting sometimes.
But it's not about just eating, right? Because honestly, you can bulk if you just eat KFC every day. But
then you end up in hospital also altogether.
yeah, exactly, right? Because I mean that's not how it works, right?
Yeah,
Dirty bulking never really works. It's a myth.
yeah.
So I stand corrected if some people think it works, but everything about bulking you have to eat a lot, but you have to eat it in a clean way, right? So you have to eat a lot. So the struggle in bulking is that you often can't eat.
Meet your calories.
Yeah, you can't eat.
So what was your calories when you're having a bulking?
I think I was at 2008, 3000. Yeah.
Okay.
Which by some people's standard is not a lot.
Yeah.
But because I mean I do accounting, I sit the whole day, right? I don't really burn a lot. But because I don't burn a lot, I don't eat a lot. But I don't burn a lot, so I don't digest a lot.
So your meals is consistently every day will be the same meal, or do you have like a carb cycling? Some days will be high, some days will be low, or you have like standard fixed diet plan. You follow this for bulking or throughout. Okay.
So
Okay,
even
sorry,
for
How many
cutting-
meals a day do you eat? Because you said you struggle to take 5 meals a day, right?
Yeah. So I try to go for 5.
Cannot, right?
Cannot. How many meals
So
you
how
can
many
eat?
meals?
Usually about 4.
4.
With your
Okay.
working condition, 4 meals.
Yeah,
and what
4.
time is your meals normally?
So I think it starts like 9 a.m.
Okay.
and 12, 3, 6, and then maybe 7. Then you try to have 1 before I go to bed. Yeah.
But I believe there is a form of dedication or commitment to your meals also, right? Because that's part of the work when it comes to bodybuilding. Am I right to say that? Yes or no?
You cook your own meals?
Most of the time, yes.
So
you
you
wake up
prepare your own meal.
earlier to just cook your
Right?
meals.
Yes. So that's also the dedication that you need, the commitment
Yes.
that you need to, like people don't see because food is not ready in front of you. Tada,
Yeah, it's
right?
not. It's one of
Yes.
those things you have to take time.
Yes, and one thing also I think like people don't realize you cook it and you say you don't really enjoy eating the chicken breast. So imagine, imagine every single day you prepare a meal
That you don't enjoy.
that you don't enjoy and then you have to dedicate that is what we call discipline.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
discipline.
Right, that's discipline.
Yeah.
I think like that reminds me. I think like I was listening to a Mike Tyson's podcast or something. He was saying discipline is doing something that you hate, but doing it like you love it.
That's beautiful.
That's very well put. That's very well put.
Right. Yeah. So like like he was saying about how we know Mike Tyson. Right? He wakes up at 4 a.m. He has to go and run. So he hated all the like training and stuff, all the dieting. But he said that is discipline. That's what molds you. That's what makes you as a person. That's what builds your character. So discipline is doing something that you hate, but doing it like you love it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very well put. Yeah.
Yeah. So man. Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay. I think moving on. Your profession is you work as an accountant,
Yeah.
right? In accounting industry as a profession. What difference is it like compared to, or is there any similarities with doing bodybuilding, or like is it something that you need to put extra effort just to commit to doing bodybuilding or doing competition? I think you actually kind of like answered it because you said you need to have a proper financial situation.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot of like cost. The cost is also there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But the question that I was trying to get into is like, do you earn money from competing?
Well, after I finished this competition, so I started coaching. So I would say yes.
Oh, so it actually opened up the pathway for you to coach people now.
Yes. Yeah.
From doing the competition,
Yes.
it opened up that pathway. Okay, that's cool.
So the whole idea was that so I didn't want to coach before my competition because I think one thing is I want to be able to prove that I can get to where it is, right? Because the idea is that if I were to coach someone and that person asks me, so have you ever gotten to 5%? I haven't.
Yep.
So I don't think that will make me a good coach. So I think getting there, knowing how to get there, how it feels to get there, I think that's very important. So I only started after I finished the comp. But I think one of the motivating factor is that for myself in my industry, right, as an accountant, or rather in so-called a sedentary job industry, right, the outlier is that I'm not fat. So sorry to say, but I think a lot of people, male or female, they do get out of shape after 25. When they finish their uni, they enter the workforce, they get out of shape rather quickly, right, from doing sedentary jobs. So I think to me, the outlier is that you can be in a job like that and you can still look pretty good. Maybe not competition for sure, right? I think that's a luxury, but you can still look good.
You can still be in shape. Yeah, I think I get what you mean because you're saying it's more of a lifestyle thing,
Yeah,
right? Like
that's right.
the culture or the Singapore culture here is like after NS you get into your university and then after that you get into this working life. You work 9 to 5, sedentary.
Yeah.
This I think it's almost everyone. 90% of
Yes.
people.
Yes.
This is where like things start to decline.
Yeah.
Health, body shape. Start to actually put on weight or gain weight or even get out of shape.
Yeah.
They may not gain weight, but they get out of shape.
Yeah.
Because of this lifestyle. I think what you're trying to show is it is possible.
Yeah. it is
Even
possible, yes.
you are an accountant, you may not be a personal trainer. Like for us, like we're personal trainers. It's different.
Yeah.
But for you, you're an accountant, and yet you still can be in shape. That's actually a very strong point to actually like put it out there, put it across out there that it's a healthy lifestyle. At the end of the day, it is a lifestyle that you choose, and you need to actually like commit to it, and it's possible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think
Exactly.
that's cool. So yes, yeah.
So why are you competing for this event? So do you secure any sponsorship so far?
Yeah. I will say
That's
yes.
amazing. Okay.
I will say yes.
You got sponsorships.
Yeah.
So what does sponsorship share fast?
So I actually got a 1-year sponsorship for body waxing,
Wow. Okay.
which is great because after I finished the competition, I actually had quite a few offer of photo shoot. So shout out to all the photographers.
Who was the photographer? Maybe you can name them for them.
Oh, there are quite a few. I think so Apollo is one of them.
Apollo photographer.
Apollo Arts. Eric Liu. He was at the event as well. And then came along. There was I think there was Xeon, some samples. Yeah, quite a few.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's great buy for that. Any other
Sorry?
secure sponsorships? Photo shoot, yes. And then we have
Yeah.
waxing. Which company is that?
By Thomas the Aesthetic.
Okay. So other than waxing and photo
So
shoot.
there was a vaccine photo shoot. So I also got like a product sponsor from
Supplement.
from Zendro.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was great.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, as we know, supplement takes up quite a bit of cost as well.
Yes,
so,
yeah.
So it was nice. It was nice to have like part of that being lifted, part of the burden being lifted. Yeah.
So after competing, it not only open up the pathway for you to do coaching, but you also open up, like all these other pathways, right? Like, like now you are getting queries for photo shoot, which is like model pathway,
Yeah.
supplement product sponsorship, even service sponsorship, like self-care,
Yeah.
Thomas the Aesthetic, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right. So shout out to Thomas the Aesthetic. It's actually cool.
Yes.
It's actually just from you competing,
Yeah.
right? It kind of like opened up more pathways for you in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is great, right? Because
It's great, yes.
I mean, all this are part of the cost going into a competition, right? You have to get your waxing done before,
Yeah.
like 3 days before a comp. And that's part of the cost as well. And you definitely want to do a shoot after your comp because why waste?
Yes, you are in your best shape of your life kind of thing, right? Yes.
Yeah, that's the whole point. So I think a lot of this sponsorship goes a very long way in terms of, extending a longevity as an athlete. Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect.